Over the past couple years, I have done a ton of upgrades and installs on my 3rd Gen 4Runner. One of my absolute favorite installs being the Wolfbox. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar, the Wolfbox is essentially an onboard camera that replaces your factory rear view mirror. It offers a forward-facing camera acting as a dash cam, as well as a backup camera and a ton of additional features. I initially installed it in the 3rd Gen 4Runner because I have a spare tire carrier on the rear, which obstructed my view looking out the back of the truck. That thing has been in the truck for a little over a year now, and it's been absolutely amazing. I use it on the trails, I use it on the highway. I have enjoyed it so much, in fact, that today we're going to be installing a second one in my 2012 Tundra. Now, while I don't have a spare tire carrier on the Tundra, I do have a full-size topper, and being a big truck, it is just a little bit hard to see out of the rear view in general. This truck did come with a factory backup camera, but the Wolfbox is going to be a big step up, seeing as that I'll have full-time vision out of the back of the truck, as well as an active dash cam in the front, and I'm able to record all of that footage while I'm driving. In this video, I'm going to show you the overall process to get this camera installed in the truck. It is about 30 degrees outside, so I'm going to try to fly through this process. I'm going to start unboxing and show you everything that this kit comes with. So here are all the contents of the package. I will start by saying this kit is much more thorough than the first Wolfbox that I installed on the 3rd Gen. This has plenty of options to mount this thing into the truck and run power however you need. So it looks a little overwhelming. You won't be using all of this stuff. It gives you a couple different options to work with. All right, we'll go ahead and start with plugging the screen in. These are the two options that you have to run power to the screen itself. This one being it plugs into a cigarette lighter. If you do not want to use this option, you can go this route where you can basically hardwire your screen into the truck. And it also has a power inverter, which will run from 12 volts down to about 4 amps, which is what runs your screen. The original kit that I installed in the 3rd Gen did not offer this option, so it's pretty great that this thing comes with the kit. These are just little fuse jumper wires, so you can plug it into factory power inside of the truck. It does come with a GPS plug-in, so you can run GPS and have a little satellite antenna and have active GPS on the screen as well. I probably won't use this because I have CarPlay in the truck already with navigation, but this is a great option. Comes with plenty of wire to run this backup camera inside of the truck. The Tundra is pretty big, so it's great that it comes with this much extra wire to run everything back to the end of the truck. This is what's going to be plugging into the screen itself. This will plug into your backup camera, and then the red wire in these two bundles is going to be your power supply to the backup camera. And I'll show you all that stuff here in a little bit. Comes with a couple different mounting options. Obviously, there's the one on the camera, so you can just screw that into the roof or into your tailgate or wherever you want the camera to live. And then it also comes with an additional one. It also comes with some double-sided 3M tape in case you don't want to go drilling holes inside your vehicle. Lastly, we have your little rubber mounts. These are what is going to mount the Wolfbox to your rearview mirror. Mounting the screen to your rearview mirror is actually the easiest part of this whole install. So we're going to start with the hard stuff. Try to find a place for the rearview camera to live on the truck, and then we can finish the install from there. All right, obviously this is all extreme overkill and none of this is necessary for you to install this on your truck, but this is what I just cooked up. I made a little random bracket here so I don't have to do any drilling when I mount the camera and the rear end of the truck. Seeing that this thing already has the factory backup camera, I can't really do much about this, and I don't feel like pulling the tailgate apart. I basically just wanted to hide the camera as best as possible. And when I initially installed it in the 3rd Gen, we had it hanging from the ceiling inside of the vehicle, which was great because I never had to clean the camera. And previous to having the tire on, I had really good visibility out of the back of the truck. So that is kind of the idea with the Tundra. What we're gonna do here with this bracket is hang it from the top of the topper up here. Great part about this bracket that I made is that the holes for the 3rd brake light up top match up with the bracket. So I'll just pull those screws out, screw this bracket in, and then we'll have a backup camera. So while I let this thing cool off before I can paint it and make it look pretty, I am going to start running some wire in the back of the truck and basically do my best to hide wire up to the cab. Before I go wasting any time hiding wires, I am going to pull both of these bundles apart and see how much wire it's going to take to get from the camera to the cab. Make sure that I don't have to work twice. All right, it's looking like the shorter option isn't going to be quite enough. I'd rather have too much wire than not enough. I'm gonna use the longer option. That way I can kind of run it underneath the truck. The goal here is to be as little intrusive as possible. I'm not trying to drill holes or anything like that. All right, we got the camera wire pulled through the firewall, which was kind of the hardest part for me at least. I don't have much room to work with as far as pulling wires through there, but we got it done. And now I have all of my slack in the front of the truck. I'm gonna pull all of it straight down from the firewall and run it along the frame rail, and then we will try to fish it up into the bed. I got the rear camera mounted and all of the wire ran. Before I run power to the camera, I want to get this mounted and get power to the screen so I can find out which is my constant power to run to the camera. We'll get to that here in a second. But for the time being, I did decide to go the easier route as far as getting power to the screen, just for the sake of not having to pull more wires through the firewall. And we're just going to go this route. So we're going to go ahead and get the screen thrown up in the truck, get it plugged in, and then we can get power to the backup camera. To mount the screen to the rear view mirror, pretty simple. Comes with these little rubber straps. So you'll clip one end around the top of your screen on both sides, and then we're basically just going to hang this over the mirror and wrap it around. Then we're going to take our power wire, and I'll hide all this here in a second. We're going to go ahead and plug it in, and then plug this end into your cigarette lighter. There's a couple options on your setup screen. You're going to choose which language you'd like, as well as your time zone. For Colorado, we're in GMT 7. All right, so we're gonna run power to the backup camera. To do this, you're gonna wanna tap into the constant power of your tail light. Pull the tail light and then search to find which is the common. In my case, it is the green wire. We're gonna take the power wire from the camera and feed it down into the tail light, splice into my constant, and then throw everything back together, and we should have a backup camera. All right, now that everything's installed in the truck, we can go ahead and go over a couple of the key features of the Wolfbox, and I'll tell you guys why I chose to go with it in my vehicles. Just to go ahead and start, this thing has a 12-inch touchscreen, so you can swipe between rear camera, front camera, split screen. There's a ton of different setting options. You can set clock, date, time. It's got Wi-Fi and app capabilities, so you can connect this thing to your phone and easily download footage from anything that you got while you were driving. If you were to get into an accident or something, you can easily download all that stuff to your phone by the click of a button. It's got hands-free voice commands. You can stay hands-free while you're driving down the highway and have this thing start recording, stop recording, take a photo, change settings, as well as reversing assistance. You can add backup lines trying to get into a tight parking space. You can take them off if you're just driving down the road and want to have a rear view camera, as well as 24-hour parking assistance. Say if you're parked in a parking lot and leave your truck there overnight, this thing will monitor and record key moments throughout the night to make sure that your car is protected. I will say my absolute favorite thing about the Wolfbox is just how clear the cameras are. It's got a 4K resolution front camera and a 2.5K resolution rear camera. This thing is super crystal clear during the day as well as at night. It dims down headlights for people that are riding behind you. It automatically will shift from daytime to nighttime mode when the sun goes down. So aside from running wires from the unit itself to the backup camera, this really couldn't be an easier process to get this thing installed. It really just depends on how thorough you want to be as far as hiding wires and making everything look factory inside the truck. I definitely went a little overboard, zip tying and hiding wires and making everything look as invisible as possible, but I really just don't like wires dangling around in the cab. Pretty easy process. As soon as you get everything mounted up, you can literally just plug this thing in and you're good to go. If you don't already have one of these smart cameras in your vehicle, you should definitely consider buying one. I'll put the link in the description below for Wolfbox. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was somewhat helpful, and I hope you go and buy yourself a Wolfbox. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.